Hey guys, Spectimus here, and today I'm playing some NBA 2K14 with my friend the Vanders. I was the Houston Rockets and he was the Oklahoma City Thunder. It was a decently close game. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Just please watch till the end and leave a like. There's no commentary over this gameplay. I just want to let you know that it was just straight gameplay. So I hope you enjoy and peace.
Sports proudly brings you the Thunder at the peak at the Chesapeake Energy Arena. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. And one of the guys we'll be seeing in this one, James Harden.
Well, there's no doubt he's the one his teammates look to fill that leadership role. When adversity hits, when things aren't going well for the team, he's the one who kind of rallies the troops. And when he gets going like that and takes on that ownership of the team, that's when you see his true value to the club.
And you know what else, Steve? Whoever invented the term instant offense, his picture should be right next to it. All it takes is one or two shots to fall, and he goes from 0 to 60 in no time.
The road trip for the Rockets ends here as they leave for Houston right after the game. 3 games back from the top seed. They're right in the mix with the other top teams.
All of their recent games have been high energy, high quality effort. I mean, they've been playing with a lot of emotion, but they've channeled it in the right way, and they're still playing with a lot of discipline as well.
Yeah, I think it's great to watch, Clark, because it really is a tough balance to achieve. You got to play with high energy, but you have to be in control, and they've found that balance. But it's so much fun to watch when a team plays so hard and plays so well together like they've been doing.
Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against the Magic in Orlando.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And to do it on the road, too, I mean, with the way they just kept...
Oh,
get it! Oh, watch out now.
Regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. And he commits the intentional foul.
I'm not sure what he was thinking about there. That's a strange foul.
Who knows? Maybe he just wanted to take a break for a minute. You know, with the recent success of Oklahoma City, you forget that in Kevin Durant's first season, they started out going 3-29. And I tell you what, you talk about their success, it's due to the resilience and perseverance and leadership of Kevin Durant and the rest of those guys.
Fires from deep. That's good. Harden's got 7 points in the game.
Savvy move to pull up from three-point range on the break there. When you can shoot it like he can, if you've got it, take it.
Stolen away. Here's the break. Here's Ashik. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Ashik's got his first points of the game.
I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started and a better job finishing it off.
Westbrook rejected by Lynn. Harden outside. An easy 2 points on the layup. 9 points in the game so far.
Another basket here, and they have really come out of the gates fast in the first quarter, Kevin.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And I think the sort of issues they had on defense, in part at least, was a bigger factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was on the road. You have to be sharper when you go out and play as a visitor.
Yeah, everything has to be tight. You can't be loose in any aspect of your game. You're fighting against the crowd and the opponent. You've got to be tougher mentally and physically if you're going to win on the road.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And so here is Houston. 11-point game. Last time they met in Houston. The 3 and another 3 for Houston.
And the shots continue to fall as they try to put this thing away.
Yeah, big run here, and they've got their opponents in the rearview mirror.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the score. Next Tuesday night. And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Houston.
They've set the first half tone by really getting out in transition.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Taking a look at the Rockets, Beverly and Harden man the backcourt. Moniunas out there with Greg Smith, and it's Garcia in at the small forward. Moniunas with the steal. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. An opportunity here to go to the 2K leaderboard and see who's been the hottest of the hot at the small forward position for the past month. Kevin Durant, number one.
There's no doubt he's one of the league's most dynamic offensive players. He's capable of putting up big numbers from the wing.
Yeah, that's where he likes to operate, but he can hurt you from anywhere, Steve. I mean, his numbers come from all over the place, and he's a very sophisticated offensive player with how he goes about his game.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Howard's checked in for Smith. Ashik comes in for Moniunas. And Chandler Parsons in for Francisco Garcia. And the shot is good.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
And Westbrook, here we go. And he gets it to go. Westbrook's got 6.
And he's starting to pick things up here after a tough first quarter.
Here's Harden. And the rejection by Perkins. Outside Westbrook. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It goes on Chandler Parsons. And let's briefly see what's happening around the league. Damon Bruce has something for us from our studio.
Kevin, thanks very much. Let's take a look now at some NBA action in progress. It's a close game for the Mavericks going up against the Portland Trail Blazers. Things are even in the second quarter. Dirk Nowitzki is the team high in scoring. And the Denver Nuggets are leading right now against the Lakers. That game now in the third quarter. Leading his team in scoring, Ty Lawson. And that wraps up things for us. Let's head on back out to Kevin, Steve, and Clark. Fellas, take it away.
Okay, Damon, thanks a lot. And we'll be listening into Damon for the Sprint Halftime Report coming up in just a moment.
Yeah, pretty action-packed day in the Western Conference, isn't it? Can't wait to see what happens in a few of those games.
Lynn with the steal. Rejected by Lamb. Howard against Westbrook. Top of the key jumper, no good.
I thought he'd make that one. And that's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
And so we wrap up the first half.
In the first 2 quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been.
Backcourt is Westbrook and Cephalosha. Baca at the 4 with Perkins at the pivot. And it's Durant in at the small forward. That's the route for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. Second chance shot. And Howard with the lay-in. Howard's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for Houston.
He's very savvy in traffic. When he gets inside, he has a kind of an uncanny way of shielding himself from contact and finding a way to finish at the rim.
And I also can't get over how much energy he expends rebounding the basketball. He goes all out on the boards every single night. You know, with all the hype that Linsanity got during Jeremy Lin's breakout season, it didn't really do him any favors on the court. In fact, I think you could easily argue that he's been playing with a target on his back for opposing guards who would like to have a big game rather, against a star like Lin.
And getting back to Jeremy Lin, I think with the attention he got in his breakout season, also brings players wanting to measure themselves against you, saying, let's see how good this guy really is.
Yeah, that's part of it. But I think if you ask Jeremy, he'd rather be playing and having that challenge than, have it the way it was before when nobody knew who he was or really respected his game.
They get the rebound. Ibaka. And that one's drained from the low block. Ibaka's got his first basket.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Here's Durant. Drills the elbow jumper. Durant's got 5 now.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there. Boy, he wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
It's the best way to do it, as long as you don't get teed up, I guess.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
They're committing an awful lot of fouls, and most of them are unproductive. You don't want to let guys get easy layups, I understand that, but this could turn into a parade to the foul line.
And the Rockets making a change here. Thunder trailing by 16. There's Westbrook. It's rebounded by Parsons.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
To the paint. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Lamb. A look from Durant. The shot's good. Collison making the play. And it's 7 points for Kevin Durant.
Another good offensive possession for him. He's trying to shoulder the load here for his team.
And they go to the intentional foul. For Houston, they had put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
Well, the season numbers for this club really low. And this is something that the team has been focusing on. They've got to improve.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
And they're able to recover. Collison, no good.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make.
Well through 3 quarters.
Wednesday, March 12th.
While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
I was hoping we'd get a chance to see this one again. Thank you, Lonnie, and the truck for showing it. But it's passing like this that makes the basketball purists happy. This is the beauty of the game right here.
And so in the game for the Rockets. At the 3 and 4, Parsons and Monty Eunice. Jeremy Lin is out there with Garcia. And it's Smith in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Lamb. Buries the jumper to finish the break. Lamb's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Thunder. Outside, Garcia. And blocked. Collison in the post, guarded by Monty Eunice.
You know, for a guy his size, he doesn't play above the rim very often like he did on that slam.
Still got some power behind him, though.
Yeah, I mean, you let him get in close like that, he'll throw one down hard on you.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
And the Rockets making a change here. Smith drives in, and he jams it with authority. And let's check up here with Damon Bruce. Damon, what do you have for us?
Thanks so much, Kevin. Let's have a look at some NBA action going on elsewhere around the league. The Mavericks out at American Airlines Center, currently trailing to Portland. They'll have to overcome a 7-point deficit in the 4th quarter to pull it out. Dirk Nowitzki is the team high in scoring. And it was the Grizzlies picking up the win against the Bulls in Chicago. They've now gone 3 for their last 4. Marc Gasol was their leading scorer. And that'll be it for me here in the studio. Kevin?
Thank you, Damon, for that update.
Boy, it's so important to be at your best at this time of the season. Even the teams that are already assured of their spot in the playoffs, they want to be building momentum. And it's not a time when you can take any games off, no matter what position you're in. And so only one team answered the bell tonight. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Rockets.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
And that produced great fruit for them in transition.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
You look at the stats and you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Harden. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do anything really to stop him.
Here's Perkins, and he banks in the layup.
It's interesting. They're like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got energy.
You know, it's not going to change anything, though, other than to make their losing margin a little more respectable.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Too little, too late. They may as well just let the clock run and save their energy for another day.
Absolutely, Clark. You know sometimes the frustration can show in a game like this, and I think that's what we're seeing right here.
Well, the Rockets front office, very influenced by advanced stats or sabermetrics, if you will. They revealed one thing that they think the league undervalues, and that's attack guards. Ones who put pressure on the defense off the dribble. That's one more reason they pursued the slashing Jeremy Lin so strongly.
And this game is finally getting away from them.
Yep, it has gotten away. There's not really anything they can do now.
Here's Caspi. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
That one misses. Here's the beat. The half-court bomb falls off.